to another edition of the B Broadcasting Commission Interviews Sixth Form Association Election. Here with us virtually today on our Zoom platform, we have Mr. Odero Valentine, who is vying for the position of the Public Relations Officer of the Sixth Form Association. Mr. Valentine, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling very good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. Let's just hop right into the meat of the matter. Tell us about yourself. Tell us what was great. Tell us about your childhood. Tell us where you're from. Give us a little background information about who you are.
Okay. I'm from St. Deca in St. Ann, which is a little community close to Alexandria or Charlton. My childhood growing up was I would describe it as middle class per
Okay.
se because yeah.
Okay. So you would say that you didn't have any challenges going to school, like your attendance was good, and you didn't have any challenges going to school, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good to know. So earlier on we mentioned, or we know that you are running for the public relation officer post. Can you
Yes,
tell
ma'am.
us what the public relation officer role is all about?
Okay. In my own words, a public relations officer is a person whose main role is to broadcast information throughout an institution effectively.
Oh, okay. So do you think you're the best candidate? Do you think you're the man for the job?
To be entirely honest, I don't think I'm one of the best persons for the job,
Mhm.
but I won't say that I am the best person for the job.
Okay. So are you an outspoken person? Can you project your voice as loudly as possible? Because in the event that you are supposed to inform a public about certain information and the microphone is not working, will you be able to project so loudly so that at least majority of the audience can hear you?
Yes, ma'am, that wouldn't be a problem. Being the company sergeant major at your castle, that is one of my roles. I'm not. Normally, I don't use microphones as to speak to a great amount of people. Great amount of people. Without using a microphone or so on.
Okay. Tell us what motivated you to run for the PRO, because it's a hectic job, you know. As simple as it may sound or as it may look, it is a hectic job. So what motivated you? Who inspired you, or what inspired you to run for the job?
Okay, I was inspired by our past president, um, now present chairman, Mr. Bobby Francis, who is a very outspoken gentleman, if I can say so myself. Okay, he can he gains the attention of people, and that is something that I really respect and that I would want for myself as well.
So you would say that he's your motivator.
You can say that, yes.
Okay, so do you think that you're a fluent speaker?
um, yes and no, depends on the situation.
Oh, okay. Um, what are your skills? What are some of the strengths that you bring? What are some of the skills? What are some of the strengths that you bring to this position?
Okay, I'm very good with people. I can be described as a people person. I can get along with people. I'm very reliable and determined and goal oriented.
Wow. Okay. Okay. We will be taking a quick break. So hold your thoughts, Mr. Valentine. So we soon come
No
back.
problem.
Yeah. This interview is brought to you by the Broadcast Commission, and is sponsored by the Student Council of your Welcome back to the broadcasting interviews. Today we have Mr. Valentine, who is running for the position of Public Relation Officer. Mr. Valentine, if elected as the Public Relation Officer, what would be the first thing that you would tackle? Or, yeah, what would be the first thing that you would tackle?
Okay, so the first thing I would tackle is the past students of Yarkasa would notice this issue. The intercom systems, effective communication is not being effective because of the intercom system. The intercom systems are really old, and many persons are complaining since I was in grade 7 that they don't understand exactly what the persons are saying over the intercom.
Right. Okay. Can you tell me more about the day-to-day responsibilities of your job? Like, what would you do on a day-to-day basis as a PRO?
Okay. To me, on a day-to-day basis, the PRO job is like, I don't think it's limited to a particular portfolio per se. That as a leader, I think that we are able to. We should have what can I say now? As a leader,
Right.
our jobs are not limited by a particular portfolio.
Not at all.
We can do every job that the other persons can do, but primarily I would do on a daily basis, gather the concerns of persons, let them know that they can talk to me about their issues, and I can relate to them back to the primary leadership body.
Okay. Okay. What are three positive character traits that you possess, or what are three character traits that you have positive?
Okay, I'm determined.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very stubborn when it comes down to what I want, and I can be very persuasive when it comes to it.
Okay. Do you have any skill that you think you should work on, or that you think can be worked on?
Yes.
What's that?
Well, I would say that I have, right now I don't think so. Nothing comes to mind right now.
Okay. I am sure that you have seen the polls for your position, and as I recall, I can see that you're in third place with a percentage of 14. Now, do you think that
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can rise above? Do you think that you can redeem yourself and become victorious?
Yes, miss. Anything is possible.
Right.
Just some more campaigning and getting out to the other 27%.
Right.
Anything is possible by the end of, yeah.
So tell me about your campaign strategy? Are you campaign? Do you think that you're campaigning hard enough, or do you think that you should be campaigning more?
I don't think I started campaigning last night, honestly.
Oh,
I was campaigning before, but I started
right,
putting in more last night because Mr. Minto spoke to me about the whole campaigning thing. So
right.
I went into it and I started to gather some support from past students and lower school and upper school students.
Oh, okay. My final question for you, Mr. Valentine, is tell me some ways in which you plan to get important updates, important announcements, and important information to the public.
By relating, by continually communicating with the relevant persons, include because they will be the one to permit activities and so on. So
Okay.
they would
So
be the best person to ask.
okay, so do you plan to like establish social media platform? Because nowadays, the young people they mostly gravitate to Instagram and all the social media platforms. So do you think that you will use that as a way to get messages out there?
Yes, I think that is the only option now because of the whole COVID period. We are not in let me say no, we can't too close, and we are not in a school setting. So that
Right.
would be the only option.
Right. We're going to be taking a quick break. Please don't go anywhere. After the break, Mr. Valentine will tell us why why persons should vote for him, why persons should make him the public relations officer of the Sixth Form Association of York Castle High School. Welcome back to the broadcast. We are here with Mr. Valentine, who is running for the post of Public Relations Officer of the Sixth Form Association in Yorkesa High School, of Yorkesa High School. So, Mr. Valentine, I will now give you the opportunity to say a few words to the listeners, tell them why they should vote for you, and tell the undecided voters as well why they should select you.
Okay. To all the viewers, say good night, and that with me, I won't promise perfection because there's no such thing as perfection. But I'll promise that I'll do my best to put your interest first, and so that in order for me to fulfill my role and my responsibilities. Thank you.
Okay, well, that's a wrap. Thank you so much, Mr. Valentine, for sharing with us your views and your vision for the Sixth Form Association. I wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Thank you very much.
This interview was brought to you by the B broadcast and sponsored by the Student Council of York Castle High School.